Hello, good day to you. Today, we're going to be looking at an important aspect of data analysis, which is data cleaning and transformation. Okay, now, one of the process involved in data analysis is the cleaning and transformation of data. First, we need to prepare our data for analysis. Okay, which the steps in preparation involves cleaning and transforming it to ensure its quality and suitability for analysis. Pandas provides a rich set of functions to help you clean and transform your data effectively. So that's what we'll be exploring in this section. So we're going to be handling missing data. And how do we handle this? You see, missing data is a common challenge in real-world data sets. Pandas provides methods to handle missing values, including filling them with specific values or dropping them. Okay. Now, to drop rows with missing values, we'll use a syntax. First, I would like us to make sure that we have our data sets on our Google Drive. Okay, we're also going to be using Google Colab as our IDE or coding environment for this lesson. Okay, all right, now this is my Google Drive. Okay, I already have my data set. We're going to be working with this data set for this entire process, and this is our coding environment, which is Colab. Okay, first of all, we need to import pandas as MP. We import pandas as MP. So from google.colab, import drive. Okay, drive.mount content drive. Okay, and we'll also look at we also import the particular Excel file. Okay, now when we're done with writing this code, we need to print it out. Print df. Okay, and then we'll run. First, I need you to take note of this, that before you would have your output, it will first of all demand for some kind of authentication. You need to accept that Google Colab should have access to your drive. So when you accept, you'd have your data here. Now, when we look at this data carefully, we'll discover that there are some missing values here. See, there are some missing values. See them here? Now, the question is, how do we remove these rows with missing values? We could use our code from our Python, okay, using the pandas library. Okay. Now to remove rows that has an empty cell. To remove rows that has an empty cell, we'll use the df is equals to df dot drop now. Okay, and then we'll run the code. Okay, at the end of the day, if you take a look at this data set, all the rows where you have missing values, they have disappeared. So take note of the code here. Okay, so we're using this code to drop now to remove rows with missing values. Okay, don't forget that, to remove rows with missing values. Okay, so we could still do some other thing here. There are a lot of things we could do as well. Okay, let's run through with it. Now, we could also perform a lot of things, like to get information on the data set we just imported, to describe the data set, to shape the data set. Okay, as well, we've learned how to remove rows with missing values, and we could also remove duplicates as well using this command. So you can put all of them together as one, and we'll run it through. All of these would run on a data set and give an answer. You see that? Okay, this is a summary of everything. A summary of everything related to a data set. Okay, I believe there are some errors somewhere, but we have some of the details that we're looking for. Okay, we have some of the details that we're looking for. For the scribe, this might not work well, so we can remove it. So we have all of this that would function well. So these are details. Okay, we have more details here. Okay, let me take off this one. So we have info and information on the duplicates and all that. Okay, so however the case may be, we just would have to pick each of these syntax. We're supposed to run them individually. That is, we will come and say we'll pick it one by one. I believe that's why it's showing us an error. So we'll come with df info. We'll run df info and we get an answer, right? Then we'll come with describe. Okay, describe, right? We'll run it and then get our answer. I think that's the best way to use each of these to get details about our data. Now, the next thing we'll look at is how we would fill up empty cells with a value. Okay, think about it. We've been deleting the entire, rows where we have empty. Now, let's talk about filling the empty cells with a particular value. Okay, so we already have our data set. So to fill empty cells, so that's what we're looking at. Filling empty cells with a value. Okay, mind you, if we run this, we still have our data set because we didn't save the previous we didn't keep the previous changes that we made, so we're just running through and getting to see it. So if we want to fill up missing values here, so we can say we use df is equals to df.fill now. I want to fill up the missing values in this data set with 0, so we just put 0 here and we'll run it through. We discover that all the places where we have NaN, okay, will be filled up with 0. The same way we can fill it up with any number. Let's say 5. Okay, let's say 5, and there we go. You see, all of those cells will be filled up with a specific value, which is 5. Can you see that? All right, that's a beautiful one. Now, we could also remove column where we have any non-value, like where we have any empty cells. We could remove the column as well, right? That's another way around cleaning the data, right? Here we have empty cells, we could remove the column. Here we have empty cells in some places, which is the NaN, represented as NaN. How do we do that? We remove the entire column where we have empty cells. So we use the df.dropNav as this equals to 1. Okay, all the columns where we have empty cells, they will just disappear. Can you see that? See that? We could also remove the rows where we have empty cells. We've done that previously. Okay, now we could also remove rows where all values are none. What do I mean? Like to remove rows where all values are none using the df.dropNav how equals to all, right? Where all values are none. I don't think there are rows where all values are none here. We don't have that, so that wouldn't work here. Don't need. Now we could also remove columns where all values are none. We also remove columns where all values are none. How do we do that? We use df.dropNav as is equals to 1, how equals to all. When we run this, we don't have any value, we don't have any column here where all values are none, so that would not be needed here.